Hello everybody, welcome back, and I am TheChornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another Elder Scrolls 6 theory and discussion video, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about a voiced protagonist. Now, we received one in Fallout 4, and now the big question is, are we, and should we, receive a voiced protagonist for the Elder Scrolls 6, or for future Bethesda role-playing major open world games in general, you know, just all the Fallout and Elder Scrolls series? Should they continue with the voice protagonist? Now, in my first opinion of this is that they should, mainly because Fallout 4 did a decent job, and the thing you also have to put into play here is that this was their first time doing it for Fallout, for a massive role-playing game such as Skyrim and Fallout. So this was the first one, so they could always get better upon it. So already we know from just the start is that the next game, in terms of having a voice protagonist, could be a lot better than what they had before, because they now have that experience of what it was like in Fallout 4. They could improve it on more so in Elder Scrolls 6. Now, before I go anywhere else, I like to switch the topic real quick, just to let you guys know a little bit more about me. Now, next week I'm gonna go have surgery on my esophagus. I have a problem swallowing food sometimes, and I don't want to basically choke and die, so they're gonna have some surgery where they're gonna like have some robots walk in my stomach and like tear open muscles and stuff. I know, pretty graphic, but I should be in the hospital for about a week or so. But once I come out, I'm gonna be in a little bit of pain for a while, so I'm kind of nervous about it. But afterwards, but just for that week, which is next week, starting May 20th, is when I'll be gone at the hospital. So that whole week I'll be gone is what I'm just trying to tell you guys, and so it's gonna be rough for me just a little bit, and for the summertime. So I apologize for any shortage of videos over that expanded period of time, which it depends on how fast I recharge, you know, how fast I recover. So just to let you know, guys, that about me. So but thanks, guys, for supporting my videos, and I hope that you will continue doing it with me, and please pray for me, and please, you know, give me your best wishes, because I need it for this summer, because this summer seems to be pretty rough, especially with the surgery starting off in about a week or so. But anyway, so let's push that out. So let's get back to the topic of today. And with that being said about the voice protagonist, I want you guys to post in the comment section below what you think about the voice protagonist. Do you think that it was a great addition to to Bethesda and to their open world games? Or do you think they should delete it and have just the dialogue options with no voice? And the benefit, I guess, in terms of having not a voice protagonist is the fact that you could kind of voice the dialogue yourself, and so the character is more like you. And also, some people believe that the dialogue options are better and that they're more diverse when the voice protagonist isn't voicing all the options, because most of the dialogue ends up going the same route. No matter what you say, ends up being the same outcome most of the time. Some of the time you could, you know, threaten, or you could like try to do a quest, or you could, you know, request more money, but it generally goes to the same end. So the dialogue is pretty limited in Fallout 4 to some people. But again, ladies and gentlemen, the next game would probably improve from this last one. Fallout 4 introduced a lot new features that we will be discussing in future Elder Scrolls 6 videos, and whether we want that to come back or not. I personally believe that they should bring back the voice protagonist. The one problem I do have with it, though, is that they're not going to just have a male and female, but they're going to have a male and female for all the different races. This is the big issue, in terms of the fact that they're going to have multiple voice actors to do the main protagonist. So it might take them a little while more. But again, it's just voicing over some lines. I mean, a lot of lines. There's a couple hours of freaking dialogue that each one of them has to do. But still, to me, I think it's needed in the series. I think it's a nice improvement. that's just my personal opinion. But again, I want you guys, your mass majority opinion in the comment section below. I don't want to just speak for myself and tell Bethesda, hey, we need more voice protagonist action. The thing I do like about how they changed up the dialogue, though, in Fallout 4 is that, especially starting with Codsworth, is that they're saying our names more. So, the fact is that I think they should definitely implement Codsworth saying our name, you know, like characters saying our name and realizing, you know, who we actually are, who's our actual name, instead of just calling us the Thane or calling us the Dragonborn. They're just like, oh, look, it's TheChornick. It's, you know, obviously Bethesda won't put that in as an option. I don't know, maybe they will one day, but nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, definitely say our names more, Bethesda, please. That is huge. I think that is really vital. Make it more important that our name is implemented into the game itself and have more companions say it, because I think that is huge. Not just call us those other titles, but call us by our actual names. I think that helps us have more of a presence within the world. Not only that, but let's go back to the voice protagonist, and just listening to what our voice protagonist has to say in these different dialogue options, like, I think it brings us more of a presence into the world, because we actually have to take our time to listen to our own selves saying it, and we take more time to see how they're saying their dialogue options. Of course, we could just skim through, you know, just a bunch of words if the other characters didn't have a voice. We could just skim through a lot of, I don't want to read all that, and I don't want to read like paragraphs of what people have to say. Of course, there's a lot more of what they're saying, you know, per se, but it's just like, I'm not going to read all that, and then we're skipping over a big, huge majority of what the game put into in terms of writing down all those quotes. And even with not having a voice protagonist, we're still limited to the NPCs' voices in the sense that we could just skip over them easily. But when we have to actually take the time to listen to ourselves, saying what we want to say, and like, we're actually interested to see how we're saying them, because the voice protagonist makes it more interesting, because it isn't exactly maybe how we're saying it, but we're choosing one option out of 4, right? Because whatever button you press in that circle depends on what you say, and the voice protagonist does a pretty good job in terms of relating your personality to the game. Although they're not your own voice, they do a pretty good job in terms of being your personality, becoming like your personality, because you could be evil, you could be in between, you could be extremely good, you could be pretty much Jesus in the game if you wanted to. There's endless opportunities that Bethesda really could go with a voice protagonist. The voice protagonist, I think, will become a very vital role later down in the series. I think they're honestly going to continue it. Bethesda has to keep getting better, and I think a voice protagonist is actually making it better. Obviously, we cannot implement our own voice into it, which actually, wait, now that I think about it, maybe if, like, say a console in the future could read your voice and change the dialogue to match your voice, oh my gosh, that would be like a technological breakthrough. But that sounds awesome. But thanks guys for watching this video. Remember, post in the comment section below what you think about the voice protagonist. Do we need them? Do you think it's taken away too much from the game? Do you think that we should just keep the protagonist without a voice? Post in the comment section what you guys believe. I love you. Peace off.